This is the first thing I see when logging on to Black Ops 7 today. Nick Cage. Summer of Action. Treyarch, you've lost the plot. Well, anyways, we gotta make this quick because the sun's going down, I'm losing daylight, and I decided to keep my webcam on for this one. How's it hanging, everybody? My name is Voting End, and welcome back to a little bit of Black Ops 7. Today, I'm going to be completing the Mastery Camo Challenge for the Illicit Cargo event that we have going right now. There's about 2.5 days left in its life cycle, and it is, like I said, the Illicit Cargo event. But what we are after is, and my webcam just happens to be in the way, but we are after the Cherry Fizz camo today, and I'll explain a little bit about how this all works once we drop into Endgame, which is where we need our last camo, if you can see right here. We've got all the multiplayer, all the zombies, all the Warzone done. Been saving this one just to make this video, but we'll get into that. Now, the reason I chose to do the SMGs last was, one, because I didn't actually have any endgame operators that had an SMG as the primary. I had to pull Kagan out of pretty much off the bench, go grab a really good looking SMG, and we are jumping right into it. So, a little bit of tips and tricks on how to get this camo done, but if you are able and you have the ability to, just farm kills in Zone 3, pretty much with any of the endgame challenges, it'll work really, really well. And like I said, the last challenge we have to do here is get 200 kills with an SMG in Zone 2 or 3 or higher. That's not going to be hard. I can probably get it done in just a couple of seconds here, and then we're going to back out, have a look at the actual camo itself, Cherry Fizz, and I'm just going to give a quick little overview on what I think some of the most useful tips and tricks are for completing this event. I know I'm kind of late to the party for making a video on this, but you know, like I said, I work a pretty decent full-time job outside of making videos. Making videos is just a passion for me, so I'm just happy to be doing it again. But yeah, when I sit down and grind for these camos, I usually do them like one category at a time. So I sat down and did all the Warzone challenges in one night. Same with multi. Zombies was terrible. Let's see, how many do we have done so far? 40? All right. 1/5 of the way there. Now, like I said, you can do a lot of these challenges just hanging out in like the outskirts of Zone 3 here. And if you can do that for most of these weapons, you can get through the endgame stuff really quick. There is like a weirdly specific one for the rocket launchers, and that was get kills inside command centers. But otherwise, you can pretty much do everything else out here. Just on the outskirts of Zone 3, it's really easy to just train up and farm a lot of these fear enemies, and it goes pretty fast. Also, I was debating whether or not to actually put on my webcam for this video, because in the last video I noticed like until about halfway through, the webcam was like slightly out of sync with what I was saying, so I'm running a test with some different settings on this video to see if that like fixes itself. If it doesn't, we might just go webcam off for a while. I am thinking about upgrading my hardware though, because I built this PC that I, you know, am recording on in like 2016. My Xbox is brand new, and by brand new I mean I got it like 3 years ago, but when you know, when the Series X came out. Now, a little bit about Cherry Fizz, and really all the camos associated with this Illicit Cargo event. They are all Black Ops 3. I appreciate the help, but not today, big dog. Like I was saying, the camos in the Illicit Cargo event, they're all camos from Black Ops 3, and Cherry Fizz was a really, really special camo in Black Ops 3, but it was a supply drop camo. You could only get it in supply drops during their Days of Summer event, and it lasted only like a week. You only had a week that you were able to pull this camo from supply drops, and if you didn't get it then, you didn't get it at all. So I think it's really cool that they're bringing back Cherry Fizz, but also that they're bringing back some other pretty cool Black Ops 3 camos as well. Just a cool event to pay homage, because Black Ops 3 did have some pretty cool camos. Now, I did play a fair amount of Black Ops 3 back in the day. That was like one of the Call of Duties I like really first sat down and tried to grind more of, but I was pretty terrible at the time, to be completely honest with you. But I'd never had Cherry Fizz in Black Ops 3, the original at least. So getting it in this game is going to feel pretty good. I also can't see the screen I'm recording on right now, so as the sun goes down, if it's getting progressively more dark and dark in here, I apologize. Again, trying some different things. Okay, we should be pretty close, and then the second I'm done with this, I'm exfilling, because I just want to apply Cherry Fizz. Okay, 39 more. 161 out of 200. Not bad, making pretty quick work. This honestly should be it right here. I think this should be enough. Come on, show me the money. I know we gotta be close here. Two. Why is it that whenever I want to do the glitches, nobody's willing to do it? When I don't want to do the glitches, everyone and their mother's trying to get them done. Story for a different day. One right there. Come on. We'll upgrade for 70 Cherry Fizz. That's what I'm talking about. And Royal and Permafrost, I think is the other one you get. Yeah. Well, I'm just excited about Cherry Fizz. And while we exfil, I'm actually going to take a quick moment, switch my screens over, and see just how bad the webcam recording is. Yeah, that's like not great. I might shut the webcam off for the rest of the video. Alright, webcam off. We're back in business here, and look at this right here, illicit cargo event, complete all 36 event challenges, so we'll go have a look at that in a second. But yes, Cherry Fizz, it is ours. We are unlocking Mastery Camo after Mastery Camo. You know what, I think we owe it to ourselves. We're gonna put it on the Kogot 7 first, because if you watched my last video, you will know that we had a choice to make between doing the Strumwolf 45 or the Kogot 7 to unlock Supernova, as well as Singularity, and this time around, I was glad I got to use the Kogot 7 to unlock a different Mastery Camo. So we are going to go over to Universal Events. Where is it? Permafrost, that's what we got for doing all the endgame ones, and there it is, a little Cherry Fizz action. Let's take it to the firing range and have a look, shall we? I'm not gonna lie, pretty clean. It looks really similar to the first Cherry Fizz, and I'm a fan. I like it. I think this was a great end reward. We knew that Cherry Fizz was coming back into the game for a while. However, it wasn't known when or where it would be, but very happy with this nonetheless. I think it's pretty clean. I'll be using this a lot on most of my guns, so very happy to have this. And my neighbor's dog is barking like crazy. Hopefully that doesn't pick up, but I'm guessing it will. But like I said, now that my webcam is out of the way, you can see that the secret camo is to obtain all the mastery camos to unlock. So that's going through on endgame, unlocking all 9, multi all 9, zombies all 9, Warzone all 9. Now, a little bit about this challenge. The multiplayer camos were honestly pretty easy, but yeah, most of the multiplayer challenges were really not that hard. They didn't really require a whole lot of crazy skill or anything like that. If you play the game, especially if you just go into Nuketown, really simple and kind of straightforward to do. None of these were particularly difficult. Now Warzone wasn't terribly difficult. I would say the hardest one was probably for the knife, for your melee weapons, and that's just getting 2 kills from behind. But what I did, and I did this, it took me about probably 2 hours straight of grinding in Warzone, was really just going into Warzone casual, loading into a solo squad, and just running through, getting bots. Not to say that, you can't do it fighting other players, but if you wanted this one to go fast, just shoot the bots. That's the easiest way to do it. Moving on to endgame. Endgame wasn't terribly difficult either. The melee one was kind of tough, but if, you just, maximize the rarity out of your melee weapon, really wasn't that hard. Like I said, going to the outskirts of Zone 3 and just training zombies out there, the fear enemies. Pretty straightforward. The launchers inside the command centers, if you didn't have a leveled up launcher, it was kind of tough, but if you did, very straightforward. And now we get to zombies, and the zombies ones, they weren't all necessarily difficult, they were just really time consuming. The zombies ones probably took me 4 hours of playtime, so it did take a while. There's a lot of different challenges in here, 750 eliminations with a Pack-a-Punch level 3 assault rifle. That one took a while. I got really lucky on one of my box spins, and I had a crate power gobble gum that I was able to activate, so I got, the assault rifle Pack-a-Punched out of the box, and then I popped a gift card gobble gum, which gave me a ton of essence that I could spend to upgrade my, I think I was using the Rampart 17. It's called the MXR 17 in this one, isn't it? But anyways, I was able to get that one leveled up pretty quick, but needless to say, it took a while, and the most difficult one, by far, was 50 consecutive kills without taking damage with melee weapons. This one took me a couple of goes, and I got pretty heated towards the end of it. But my best suggestion was to use the katana. It has a pretty moderate attack range, pretty moderate attack speed, and if you're able to just run up, knife, run back, knife, and you just kept that going in the first couple of rounds, you were able to get it done. If the zombies started swarming you, different story, a little more difficult. But again, none of these were insanely difficult. They were just really, really time consuming. And you can honestly say the same about the end game ones. But compared to the last like mastery camo challenge that they did, and I'm blanking on the name, but you unlocked, I think it was called like iridescence or something. It was kind of a weird camo. This one felt a little easier. I wasn't as stressed about getting it all done in the time frame. Like I said, I was a little late to this one, but hey, we got it done at the end of the day. Cherry Fizz is ours. But just a quick little last look here at Cherry Fizz. This is on the VX Compact. This is the new assault rifle. It's the Razorback from Black Ops 3, but in assault rifle form. Looks pretty clean on this. I really don't think it's gonna look bad on any weapon. But thank you guys so much for sticking around. I'm trying to keep this video a little shorter. I know I've said I want to keep my videos short in the last few videos, and that really wasn't the case. But very, 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 very appreciative of you guys sticking around and watching my content. And more to come with the release of Season 4 Reloaded. So thank you guys so much for watching, and take care. Peace.